Hello everyone and welcome in to the Perennial. We're here for our last streamed matchup of the quarterfinals weekend between, I think, a couple teams that you might have thought unlikely to make it into this last spot of quarterfinals, or at least one of them. It's the Trolley versus Welcome to TREV City. The Trolley seed number 31 out of qualifiers, already taking down some pretty tough opponents this weekend in teams like Ben, seed number 12 out of qualifiers. And now on to Welcome to TREV City. This is seed number 13 out of qualifiers as well, having a pretty interesting run through the bracket themselves. And to help me break down this match, I'm joined by Fiery Rage once again. How's it going, Fiery?
It's going all right. Yeah, you said it yourself, the Trolley on kind of a semi-Cinderella run at the moment. I wouldn't say Cinderella run quite yet because they still have lots of matches to go in order to complete that, I'd say. I think if they get to like semis, then maybe we'll have a Cinderella run on our hands. But yeah, it's seed 31 knocking out quite a few top seeds, and they are poised to look and do it again with Welcome to TREV City, and we'll see if they can do that. Trolley actually has a pretty solid team overall. They did really well on maps like Hard Rock 2 and Nomad 2 in particular. And I'm going to expect them to pick into those at some point.
Yeah, I think when talking about this team, the qualifier seeding obviously mattering a lot less than their recent performances. So I think we're going to expect them to, like you said, pick into some of the maps that they did have a pretty good time with in their previous matchup. Things like Nomad 2 as well. They did very well on 2.7 million team score on that. And the 5th best score that we've seen so far this weekend on the map. But yeah, the Hard Rock 2 in particular, another really solid score for them, 2.5 million, and the number 5 score again on that map this weekend so far. As for Welcome to TREV City, both teams have already played a match on this weekend on the quarterfinals pool. So we do already have some information about how well they do. I do think the Trolley needs to be a little bit careful about that Hard Rock 2, just because Welcome to TREV City, also a very good Hard Rock team. 2 million team score on Hard Rock 1 and 2.7 million team score on Hard Rock 3. Welcome to TREV City also with some relatively solid scores on some of the speed maps, as well as on the Nomad 3 alt map for this pool. So a lot of solid picks for both of these squads, I think, through the whole map pool. And we are going to get into the bans as well now.
DT1 from TREV City, getting the generic double time aim out of the way, and I imagine Trolley is going to follow that up with either a Nomad 5 or a okay Hidden 2 ban. I mean, I guess that also works.
Yes!
I don't really think...
It's Hidden 2, man. It's Hidden 2.
Yeah, I don't really think the Trolley has any players for low AR Hidden that would like necessarily specialize or excel in that regard. So that ban does make sense. However, that does leave DT2 and Nomad 5 open, and TREV City have a very strong speed roster, so I can definitely see TREV City first picking into those. Just on the head-to-head matchup where both of them actually did play DT2, TREV City got almost 2 million higher than the Trolley, so just to put that in context.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the scores even from previous weekends for this team, like in round of 16, we did see the Trolley play double time too, but they did not have a very good time of it. Their best score was 713,000 from Mustache, who is certainly their best speed player, but not somebody who's really specialized into it. It makes a lot of sense for them to be banning out stuff like the DT1, where Welcome to TREV City playing both double time 1 and double time 3 in the round of 16, and playing quite a few other picks as well that I think give the Trolley maybe a little bit of information, like that Hard Rock 2 from last weekend. And maybe we'll see them pick into something like that first off. For now, though, just kind of waiting on their first pick to see exactly where they want to go with this first map. It is going to be one of the aim picks, not going to be Hard Rock 1 or Hard Rock 2, but instead the Nomad 1, the first pick for the Trolley.
Well, I suppose get the RNG one out of the way first and foremost. That definitely makes sense. Especially if you have a confident aim roster, Nomad 1 is also a very good pick, and I think for the Trolley this works pretty well for them.
I'm going to be excited to see how this one goes. Got a couple of players on the side of the Trolley who I think you would expect to see on some very, very solid teams as well. Players like Mustache, Mlaw, and Skyrovania, all usually mainstays on very solid tournament teams in general. So interesting to see them make their way into this team in particular. A couple other members on this team who are really, really solid aim players. I could see Alden coming in for this. I could see Flaro coming in for this as well. Largely the mechanics players for this team, all very, very solid. It looks like we're going to see a couple of other players in for Welcome to TREV City, who you tend to expect to see in on these aim picks. Shiv, Ryuke, Thies, and Woofle in for this map, all fine choices. Maybe would have expected to see Sari in for this as well, but she's staying out for this one, it seems, so Woofle coming in instead.
Seems like rosters finalized for both teams. We'll be getting into the first map here. Let's see how these teams are doing on their aim consistency, because I think that'll determine a lot of the picks afterwards from both of these teams.
All right, we do finally get into our first pick here. Hoping for the Trolley to put up some pretty solid scores here. I mean, they have had a really good run already. I think that they have the ability to put up pretty solid scores on this. It's kind of untested for both of these teams, however, as neither of them have played Nomad 1 so far, so this is the first time we're seeing both of these teams on this map. Does make it a bit of an interesting first pick, as of course none of them actually know whether or not they have an on-paper advantage on this map, technically speaking. Usually expect to see things get picked that they have already both played, but I don't know how much overlap there actually is between the two teams in what they've played so far. I don't know that there is any to go off of, so Trolley largely picking off of comfort for this map, as neither team have played it so far. A lot of early breaks, though, at this point, with Flaro, Mlaw, Thies, and Woofle all having broken so far. Only 4 full combos remaining.
Yeah, I think the only map that they shared in common, I believe, was that DT2 that we were talking about earlier. But yeah, as you were saying, no one really having a good time right now. Shiv and Mustazi, the only full combos remaining on the board. Everyone else has missed. So for now, relatively pretty much dead even in terms of combo and accuracy advantage for these teams. It's going to pretty much depend on when the two FCs break. That'll shift the outcome for now.
The break does come through for Flaro on the side of the Trolley, and that is now 2 of their full combos down. Does match the break that we saw from Ryuke just now. It is Mustache and Shiv still holding the full combos for either team. Better supporting scores at this point, though, for the Trolley, where we've seen Thies and Woofle both break in short order for Welcome to TREV City, as Alden and Mlaw actually match those breaks right now, so it is ever so slow. Oh, massive combo lead now for Welcome to TREV City. Mustache finding the break there, and Shiv to hold through the breakdown section. He's going to see his score, the only remaining FC at this break as well, and is going to know all he has to do is hold a little bit longer to guarantee the point on the Trolley's first pick.
Yeah, but I kind of imagine the nerves would be starting to kick in now when you see that you're literally the only combo on your entire team. will be enough to at least get the score advantage for now, but that miss immediately after is going to make things quite a bit more interesting now as we're pretty much back to square zero. Ryuke now holding on to the highest combo, and for now keeping the score gap in favor of TREV City, but it is going to be shifting over quite rapidly with Thieves and Shiv missing.
Woofle, though, also has combo right now, and with the breaks from Mustache and M-Law, it leaves Flaro and Alden with lower combo than Ryuke and Woofle. Alden finding the break as well now. It's going to match Woofle's. Ryuke also finding a break. Flaro does have some combo here at the end. Mustache and M-Law matching the combo coming out of Shiv right now. Is there going to be enough time at the end of the map? Flaro finds a break, and it's all going to come down to the misses here right at the end. Less than 10,000 score lead for Welcome to TREV City. Shiv finds a chain miss. Woofle finds a miss right afterwards. Everyone misses right at the end of the map, and somehow it's 1,500 score in the favor of the Trolley. They actually are able to pull it back at the very last second. Just more misses and more act drops for Welcome to TREV City gives the score over in less than 1,500 score, 1,472 difference for these teams. That's a close map. That's a pretty close map, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Trolley is going to be necessarily too happy with how close that was, but a win is a win nonetheless, and that was their own pick, so they can breathe a sigh and not have to worry about at least getting a break pointed on. TREV City to follow up with the next pick, and I imagine we're going to be seeing DT2 Nomad 5 probably coming in here.
Yeah, for anybody wondering why we weren't maybe streaming the other match that's going on between the bench and Floppa enjoyers, despite those two teams being closer in seeding and higher seeded, this is why. Because I think this match is generally going to be pretty close. It's going to be pretty fun to watch. So I'm hoping for some more close picks between these two teams. But unfortunately, like you said, the difference in speed roster for these two teams kind of very heavily favors Welcome to TREV City. So we're going to be looking to the Trolley to continue to win their own picks, I think, to offset the speed deficit that they have in their roster overall in comparison to Welcome to TREV City. We do have a couple of solid speed players for the Trolley. Players like Mustache definitely going to be in once again for a lot of these picks. But I'm also looking at players like Flaro, players like Rebo, maybe players like Pundis to come in. Defi also apparently going in for this one. Don't know Defi as a speed player, but did play Nomad 5 last weekend for them and actually top scored, got 900k with 96% accuracy, likely a full combo there. So it makes a lot of sense to see them coming back in this weekend for Nomad 5 once again. We'll see if the rest of the roster can hold on just as well. As Flaro and Defi definitely had good scores last weekend, but Pundis and Mustache really struggled. So also makes sense to see M-Law swap in, I think, for Pundis, who did bottom score that Nomad 5 last weekend for the team.
And the speed roster from Welcome to TREV City has assembled. You got Ryuke, the Pro, Vesperit, Woofle, pretty much your standard, what you'd expect from this team in order to see them on these speed picks. Obviously, looking towards Ryuke to FC because Ryuke on speed.
Actually really surprised to see like Woofle in for some of these speed maps. Woofle, though, with 670k from last weekend on Double Time 3, so clearly still having a solid time of them. I think also, no, did not play the Double Times in round of 32. We saw Matthew come in for that alongside Sari on DT2. So actually a lot of people in general who can play these speed picks for Welcome to TREV City. In comparison to the side of the Trolley where they're sort of looking for that fourth player to go in. It does take us into this pick. This map a little bit easier on average than a lot of the other maps in this map pool. So maybe a place where the Trolley can look to take a break point, given that this map, has presented a little bit less of a challenge than either the Double Time 2 or Double Time 3 picks in this map pool. I think probably the place where they are going to look most towards taking a break point out of the speed picks that are left up right now. We'll see how well that goes. Double Time 4, definitely the other map that they're going to want to leave open, I think, within all the maps that test speed. At the start of this map, a couple of breaks for either side. MLaw now trading the third full combo over on the side of the Trolley. And it's just Flaro left up with an FC compared to only Woofle breaking for Welcome to TREV City. 3 FCs to 1 right now.
Yeah, not really any breaks on the side of TREV City to respond to the repeated breaks from MLaw and the rest of the team here. It's going to be giving quite a sizable score advantage to TREV City as we approach the first third of the map being done. I mean, this is what we sort of expected. We expected TREV City to be really showing a dominant performance on this map, and so far they are delivering just that. 3 FCs still remaining. Flaro is keeping the FC, so if by some tragic means the entirety of TREV City managed to break combo at, like, pretty much right now, we could see a possible comeback, as Defi also has had a nice recovery. And as I say that, he's going to be missing, so...
Yeah, wait, why is Mario playing this? Why is the pro in for this? This is not a... The pro speed? Mario speed? Alright. Not what I expected to see.
He's got 500k, so I mean, it worked out. Only just slider breaking there. I'm going to be dropping the combo, but not going to matter too much. Still 2 FCs on the board for TREV City, compared to the only really 1 high combo now. Woofle as well on the nice recovery with his combo. And at this point, I think this pick is kind of over already.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way, as even with that slider break from Vesperit, Ryuke is still holding onto the full combo, and Woofle, despite the earlier miss, still on 99% accuracy with a very good recovered combo. So Flaro's FC only offsetting some of the score from Ryuke here, not even able to really match due to the accuracy. Woofle going to find another miss right at the end there, but that is 3 million team scored for Welcome to TREV City, and about a 1 million score advantage for them on that pick. So very solid stuff from them. The reliability of a speed roster where you have multiple people who can sub in for the same type of map really can't be overstated, especially in early rounds. So easy to just pick into speed map after speed map and just left-hand abuse them with the state of tournament map pools as they are. The double time picks kind of being that sort of binary map for a lot of teams where either you can play it or you just can't. And unfortunately for the Trolley, they have too many players who just can't play some of these relatively fast picks in the pool that do focus on that speed and stamina. So we'll likely see Welcome to TREV City go back into those sorts of picks, and the Trolley stick with the aim maps. Quite a few of those left in the pool right now. Hidden 1, Hard Rock 1, and Fremod 1 all fit the bill in general, but then you've got a couple of other maps that do still test aim, but in slightly different ways. Hard Rock 2 and Fremod 2 to start, and then you have all of your alt maps and aim control maps, things like your Nomad 3, your Hidden 3, your Hard Rock 3. And your Nomad 2? Kinda? Sorta? This is a stream aim map. Very big space streams in this pick, so...
I mean, to be fair, the Trolley's score on this from the previous match they had was their best score that they got, and it was nearly 3 million team score, so yeah, this pick pretty much is just like a no-brainer for the Trolley. Even if TREV City is capable of playing this, I think, in general, the Trolley just wants to pick what they're strong at and what they know they can get good team scores on at the very least, and this is definitely one of those maps.
Well, gonna be waiting on the full rosters for both teams to come in on this pick. Looking for the same roster as we saw from earlier for the Trolley to come in on this pick. I don't believe we saw Welcome to TREV City play this map, so looking for just generally a stream roster for them. Players like Ryuke and Vesprit definitely make sense to have in for this team. I could see Woofle coming back in for them. Could see players like Matthew coming back. These as well, a very, very good No Mod 2 player, especially at these lower BPMs. Alden as well, a very solid No Mod 2 player for the Trolley, likely to come in for them on this map. It is going to be the Pro back in for Welcome to TREV City. Did play No Mod 2 last weekend for them, so not too surprising to see him come in. Instead, it is actually going to be Vesprit swapping in for These as compared to last weekend's No Mod 2 roster for Welcome to TREV City.
We'll see how it goes. Flaro, Emla, Mustache, and Alden in for the Trolley. Definitely a No Mod 2 roster that works well. I believe similar to what they ran previously as well. And we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Short little stream map, 2 minutes long on this one. Only about a minute of this map is really the stream part, and the beginning, you can sort of see the beginning is not really as stream intensive in comparison. It's mostly, once we get to the middle section of the map is where things are going to start picking up a lot more.
You actually see a swap in, 2 swaps for the Trolley on this map. Ribo and Skyravania being swapped out for Alden and Flaro. Skyravania probably missing from this match, actually. Skyravania able to get 856k on this map when they played it against Ben earlier this weekend, so you have to think that they would want Skyravania to play this again if he were here, which probably tells us that Skyravania is missing from this match. We do see a couple early breaks traded between Vesprit and Alden, so no harm, no foul to either team at the moment. Ever so slight act lead for Welcome to TREV City. Completely gone now as the Pro finds that chain miss. These big space streams, man, very, very easy to chain miss, drop tons of misses, drop tons of accuracy, and on Score V2, that actually lowers your score as well. So it does mean lower score overall for Welcome to TREV City now, as we still have the 3 full combos for the Trolley. M-Law dropping in response now to the Pro's earlier miss, and there's Ryuke and Wolfel versus Flaro and Mustache. However, recovered combo for Vesprit, far better than the supporting combos for M-Law and Alden at the moment, and Mustache misses both 1/3. That is massive for the Trolley. Welcome to TREV City now with a full combo advantage, in addition to these supporting combos on Vesprit and the Pro.
Well, we're going to be getting into the last stream section here. There goes Flaro, the last FC, and
yeah.
Okay, well, that just turned into a disaster all of a sudden.
Yeah, unfortunately, M-Law not able to find the repeat full combo for the Trolley, but even if he did, this 3 million team score for Welcome to TREV City, better than the Trolley's earlier 2.7 million, and certainly better than their score would have been even with the M-Law full combo. Despite Flaro putting up a really, really solid supporting score here, just not able to find the repeat FC and not able to find enough score to take down the double FC out of Welcome to TREV City. Ryuke and Woofle really putting in the work for that map.
Well, break point down now on the side of the Trolley. Definitely not a situation you'd want to be in, because TREV City now just going to capitalize off that and probably pick into DT2, DT4, whichever speed map they are feeling like they want to play the most, and that is going to be most likely a consolidated breakpoint for them, and as we see that, yep, DT2.
Well, makes a lot of sense to see this Double Time 2 picked up over something like the DT4. I think they are going to be pretty happy overall with the type of map that they have here. all 240 BPM bursts and streams in this one. Not a lot of finger control in this map, very similar to how Nomad 5 plays this one. You have, I think, a little bit higher BPM than 240. It's 243 BPM, but close enough there. Most players are going to have no trouble reading this at AR10 flat. With this kind of note density, the reading really shouldn't be a problem. The approach rate won't be bothering too many players. It's going to be all about how well they can keep their stamina together at this BPM with lots of consecutive streams in this map.
Just based off what we saw in Nomad 5, we've definitely seen TREV City a lot more comfortable on these types of maps overall, so expecting them to put up a really nice team score here. Trolley having quite a big shoes to fill here. We'll see what they can do, though. Imagine we'll be seeing pretty much the same roster from both teams here. Yep. In fact, it will be, I think, the exact same roster, except for Pundis coming in place of MLaw for the Trolley. Everyone else remaining the same from the Nomad 5. Saw FCs from Ryuke and Flaro on Nomad 5. We'll see if they can replicate that score on this Double Time 2 map, or if we can see possibly some other FCs on the side of both teams. For now, Pundis, Woofle, and the Pro going to be out of the contention for that.
This map so far going a lot better for the Trolley than the Nomad 5 did, even with those misses from Pundis. The three remaining members still holding on to full combos at the moment, and so able to contest the combos coming out of Welcome to TREV City. The accuracy, of course, favoring TREV City's full combos right now on Ryuke's 99% and Vesperit with about 96, 97. Flaro really desperately holding on here with the A-Rank FC, still holding combo, however, and eventually those combos will outscale. The problem for the Trolley is the supporting scores from Woofle and the Pro being good enough to outweigh the extra combo due to the act difference and due to Pundis really not having a good time with this map.
Pro going to be dropping as well. He did already drop. There goes two FCs on the side of the Trolley, just like that. And now all of a sudden, combo advantage is now massively in favor of TREV City. We get into the last part here. Literally only Defy on the Trolley is holding. Meanwhile, we have Woofle and Ryuke holding their combo through that section. And all of a sudden, 500k score gap.
Yeah, unfortunate misses there for Flower and Mustache, and now with the big combo on Woofle still intact, with the Pro still holding, pretty solid supporting combo as well. Defy standing alone against Ryuke is not the situation you want for the Trolley, but being down the break point in general is not the situation you want, having to claw that one back for them later on in this match. Not going the way that they wanted early on, and I think pretty generally speaking, gonna wait till later on in the match to see exactly where they can take a break point off of Welcome to TREV City as we get into our second round of bans here. I think the result of the first four maps should be pretty clear to both of these teams. The Trolley generally probably going to look to ban some speed and streams out of the rest of the map pool, whether that's on Double Time 3 or DT1 or DT4. Doesn't really matter. I think any of those would be fine bans for them. And Welcome to TREV City probably banning out Comfort, just not wanting to deal with a lot of the really solid aim players out of the Trolley. Maybe banning out that Hard Rock 1, maybe banning out one of the free mods. But probably banning according to comfort for them, as they do have that breakpoint advantage right now.
Yeah, I imagine we'll just be seeing a DT4 ban from the Trolley, either that or DT3. Those are realistically probably the only two maps you would want to ban right now. As for TREV City, they have a bit more leeway with what they can ban. They can go for pretty much anything here, as they still were competitive on No Mod 1, which was the only other AIM map that was picked so far. So they could leave Hard Rock 1 and Hidden 1 open if they so wish to, but they want to be on the safe side. I imagine a Hard Rock 1 ban is probably going to be likely. Never mind, No Mod 3 is going to be the ban instead.
Not looking for any of that aim control, and I think that ban's fine. I don't see any reason why that's necessarily a bad ban for them. Just given, it's been 2 no mod picks in a row from the Trolley, and yes, they lost to no mod 2, but they're still banning out an aim pick in no mod. So I think the ban still makes sense, especially if their players are uncomfortable with that particular alt map.
The DT4 ban we already discussed was pretty much expected from Trolley, and DT3 is still left up for TREV City to pick into, which I imagine is going to be their next pick. So we get into Trolley's next pick, which is the expected Hard Rock 1.
Yeah, I think this pick makes a lot of sense for the Trolley. You won No Mod 1, so pick Hard Rock 1. Pick more generic aim maps, which this definitely fits the bill for. A little bit of a weird pick in terms of the swing rhythm that you have to deal with, but aside from that, this is really stock standard aim consistency and a lot of really hard ki times interrupted by slightly easier verses in the song.
We've seen this be... Actually, you might think this would be one of the easier maps in the pool, but we have seen quite a few teams struggle to really put up consistent team scores on this. I don't think we've... Have we seen an FC on this?
Let me check. I've got statistics already done for this, and no, the best score that we have on this map is 830,000 from Poggers CZ earlier today on Thanks Guys. And they did have 1,000 combo, but not quite the full combo on this map. Has been one of the more difficult maps for sure. The best score that we've had on this from any team has been 2.6 million from Bob earlier today. And for the other Hard Rock, we've seen 3.3 million from Very Cool on Hard Rock 2 and 4 million flat from Microwave Lobster on Hard Rock 3. So both other Hard Rocks have seen really, really solid scores. That Hard Rock 3 from Microwave Lobster, almost a four-way full combo, excuse me. So, yeah, a lot of easier maps in the Hard Rock pool, a lot of easier maps overall in this map pool. But much like No Mod 1, the overall scores on this Hard Rock 1, I think a little bit lower than the rest of the map pool. No Mod 1 as well, another map where the best team score we've seen was 2.5 million from the bench. So, not exactly the easiest aim consistency picks this time around in this map pool.
Such is the curse of the first slot in every pool. You can be confident as much as you want in it. Next thing you know, you are missing every other note. Kind of like that. The slider breaking on... I'm not even sure what happened there, but nonetheless, not going to matter that much, as this map is fairly long and we haven't even approached the hard parts yet. We're going to be starting now. Do see misses come in from Shiv, Woofle, Thieves, Defi, and Mustache. So it is going to favor the Trolley for now. 2 FCs on their side compared to the single SS, mind you, from Ryuke. But for now, going to stay relatively even, not going to massively increase the score gap until we get into the second Ki, if every combo holds the way they have been. Defi, unfortunately, just having a really hard time hitting some of these sliders. For the most part, feeling a lot better on the jumps in general from what it looks like. Woofle and Mustache trade. Whamla goes away. There goes one of the full combos. Shiv now with the highest supporting combo. And Ryuke now with the only FC remaining. As Alden also misses on this second jump section. Suddenly, TREV City looking very much more comfortable on this. And as okay, never mind. Goodbye.
And now it's looking a little bit interesting. We got Ryuke and Shiv both breaking there. Ryuke the only full combo left, and Shiv, like you said, with the big supporting combo for him. So the Trolley now with better combos overall and not 100k in the lead for Welcome to TREV City. A little bit less than that 100k mark, and should be starting to slowly go back over to the Trolley, but Alden finding another set of misses there. We're into the last Ki time, and this part of the map just sees the difficulty spike up pretty considerably during the ending. Lots of misses there coming through for Shiv. Mlog gonna match at least one of those misses. It's the big combos that are sticking together, though, for Welcome to TREV City that are really gonna matter during this ending. Ryuke going to find the miss. Defi and Thieves gonna miss as well. It's Woofle and Mustache who are holding on to combo here at the end. Woofle misses the last note before the ending, but Mustache is able to hold. It is 72,000 score in the lead for Welcome to TREV City, but there's only a sliver of map left, and despite this high combo for Mustache, I don't think there's enough notes left in the map for a comeback to happen, and that slider break is going to seal it up for sure. Just not quite enough for the Trolley, man. Welcome to TREV City, ever so slightly able to perform better, largely off the back of the big combo from Ryuke going into the ending.
Well, nonetheless, another breakpoint for TREV City. Trolley now having to take 2 breakpoints off of TREV City. And mind you, TREV City still does have 1 speed pick remaining in double time 3. They've been picking into speed and pretty comfortably winning every single time. And I imagine DT3 would be absolutely no different. And if we see that happen, it'll be a 5-1 lead for TREV City at match points. And Trolley having to take 4 consecutive points.
Well, those breakpoints are likely going to have to start soon. We're going to get another tapping-based pick for Welcome to TREV City, but I think one that might surprise a few people watching. It's No Mod 6 to be picked by Welcome to TREV City rather than that DT3. I think saving the double time 3 for when they are at match point, as now Welcome to TREV City, you know, they can kind of sit back a little bit and relax here. They've got 2 breakpoints as an advantage already. And they can pick some of these maps where, you know, maybe they were thinking, this could be a toss-up against this team. I don't know whether we should pick this or not. Let's just try it now while we've got this point advantage, while we've got this sizable lead. And if we ever end up in a tough spot, we can save that DT3 pick in our back pocket and use that either to get out of a tough spot or to finish the match before the Trolley gets a chance to force the tiebreaker.
kind of interested in this No Mod 6 pick, actually. I guess it is still somewhat of a speed cap map. There are a couple of 290 BPM triples in this, as well as, I believe, 220-ish BPM bursts.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So still, relatively speaking, kind of a speed map, but I wouldn't really say necessarily as much of a speed map as you'd expect like maps like DT3 to be. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just opt to go for that instead.
Pundit's asking about the free mod rules, likely looking towards that free mod 1 or free mod 2 for a next pick. I could also see them opting into something like the Hard Rock 2 if they don't like what they find in free mod, which is that everybody needs to take a mod. So we'll see what they end up going with for their next pick after this one. They will have at least one more pick to try here before they are finished by Welcome to TREV City right now. And for anyone wondering, that is just a screenshot of the free mod rules listed on the website.
Thank you, Yaze. Very cool.
I have to wonder why Kipalt picked this song to map. Does a little bit of a weird song. Like these sounds. Quite odd. Quite an odd song.
Well, much like every No Mod 6, you have your odd song. This is pretty much just the odd song slot at this point in time.
As it stands right now, Welcome to TREV City having a much better time with the odd song than the Trolley is. Pundit's the only full combo remaining on this map right now, as Welcome to TREV City sporting the three-way FC on Woofle, the Pro, and Vesperit, still holding strong there. Ryuke subbing out, but not really needed for this map, it seems, as the rest of the roster looking very, very solid overall. We do see a couple more breaks come through for Matthew, Woofle, Emla, and Defi. Pundis and Mustache with the big combos for the Trolley. Pundis with the full combo and Mustache with a good supporting score. But the Pro with 97 AC on this map, actually looking very, very solid with that FC. Excuse me. And 97 AC as well on both supporting combos for Woofle and Matthew. And of course, the second FC on Vesperit still going to be outscoring the supporting score from Mustache. So looking very, very solid for Welcome to TREV City. And this pick in general, likely to force that match point.
This is like the worst case scenario for the Trolley. You already are down at match point. Your opponent now still has a speed pick in double time 3 remaining. So even if you win your pick, how are you going to win speed when you've been getting absolutely demolished on anything that involves even an inkling of speed? Yeah, match point now, and the Trolley have to follow up with their next pick.
Well, we're going to see what they end up going with. I have a feeling they're going to want to go with free mod 1 or free mod 2, given what they asked about the free mod rules. But if they don't go with either of those, really expecting that Hard Rock 2 to get picked by them. I think it would be a solid pick for them. But no, they're going to go with something entirely different. It is no mod 4 to be picked instead. Going with Free Fall here, the tech map in no mod.
I'm not really... I don't agree with this pick. The Trolley did get sub 2 million on this when they played it, so definitely not an overall bad team score, one of the more mid team scores that we've seen on this map in general, but this is not one of their strong maps. I don't know why they'd pick this when they're already down match point.
Do I get to make a dies of mid joke if they lose this pick? After you called their team score mid, do I get to make the dies of mid joke? I'm so excited.
If they get another mid team score, we'll put it like that.
Well, hopefully they don't die of mid. Hopefully that's not the outcome for the Trolley here. I think that would be not the best way to end it off. But welcome to TREV City with some pretty solid tech players and slider aim players on this squad. I mean, they're just kind of putting in the aim players, right? Because that's what tech maps have devolved to. It's devolved to slider aim, as weird as that sounds. I feel like it's in a worse spot than it was in like 2018 when it was all lazy cut stream maps. But yeah, here we go. I need top 727 Ryuke, Sari, and the Pro in for Welcome to TREV City on this map. Mustache and Pundis in for the Trolley, waiting on 2 more players from them.
Well, I think our final rosters are in now. Pundis, Duffy, Mustache, Alden in on the side of the Trolley. Chiv, Sari, the Pro, and Ryuke in for TREV City. Potentially could be the last pick of our match up here. See if the Trolley can manage a better team score than what they had prior. As we enter the first fast slider section, relatively even drops for both teams here. Shiv, Alden, Defi, and the Pro dropping all at some point in this. Mustache and Sari going to be dropping as well. And Ryuke as well. There goes almost every single combo on the side of TREV City, as a matter of fact. And Pundis now holding the only remaining FC. Not anymore, but Defi with the highest combo in the lobby, still going to be holding on to this score gap alongside Alden. He will be dropping that high combo at the end of the chorus here, but Alden still holding the combo. Never mind, goodbye. Okay, Shiv and the Pro, and okay, goodbye the Pro. Shiv and Ryuke now, the highest combos, and if they hold on for just a bit longer, the score gap will be pretty much unrecoverable for the Trolley. Shiv does find a break, but Ryuke is going to have to find a miss real soon in order for this score gap to shift back over.
Yeah, the combos on Pundis and Defi can do a lot, but they can't do everything here to combat this bigger combo from Ryuke. There goes Ryuke. Defi's going to trade the miss, but Pundis still has combo right now. As long as he is able to hold, This still has a chance to go over. It's less than 50k score for Welcome to TREV City going into the ending. More misses from UK right at the end, and it's just barely not enough. Right at the end of the map, 9,000 points for Welcome to TREV City. And they are going to, with double mid scores for both of these teams, take the win there, just barely edging out the score from the Trolley on No Mod 4. 6-1 win for Welcome to TREV City.
And with that, that is going to do it for the matches this weekend. The Bench versus Floppa Enjoyers, the match that happened at the same time as this one, going 6-2 in favor of the Bench. And that is going to set up our brackets for both the winners and losers bracket now for the semifinals weekend. In your winners bracket, you got pretty much actually not pretty much, the top 4 seeded teams, so somewhat expected result. You have the first match up going to be Microwave Chicken versus Bob.
Microwave Chicken? Wait a second. That's not a chicken in that picture, it's a lobster.
My bad. I knew it was an animal, so I just named an animal.
Microwave Lobster versus Bob, I think is going to be interesting. 6-0 for Bob over Thanks Guys earlier today, and that's not for Thanks Guys playing poorly, that's for Bob kind of popping off all match long and putting up really insane scores, especially on the double time pool. A lot of their speed players, I think, going to be able to take advantage of a Microwave Lobster roster, which was actually speed abused by Pecora Lovers earlier today for those 2 points that you see on the board for Pecora Lovers. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one turns out. And then and the other side of the losers bracket, it's going to be El Dupa versus Very Cool. Both of those teams with pretty solid wins in the quarterfinals earlier this weekend. So I think 2 relatively strong rosters who actually match up against each other pretty well. I don't think too many weaknesses for either of those rosters, or necessarily massive strengths either. Both of them just very, very solid.
Yeah, these winner bracket matches are going to be quite interesting, I'd say. Definitely going to be the highlights of the semifinals, and we'll bring those to you live. Definitely stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket, I'll let you take this away, Dio, so I don't end up butchering another team's name.
I got you. We've got what a team name, versus Thanks Guys, seed 11 versus seed 5 for that matchup, and then Pecora Lovers versus the Bench. That's actually seed 7 versus seed 8. The Bench ending up in losers bracket a little bit early, and Pecora Lovers just now dropping into the losers bracket in the winners quarterfinals. So very, very good matchup between those two. And then the winner of that, the winner of those 2 matches facing off against each other is makes for a pretty stacked quadrant of the losers bracket this weekend. The other half of the losers bracket, however, Pissing On versus Welcome to TREV City. Definitely a tough opponent for Welcome to TREV City, as Pissing On one of the top 8 teams in the tournament overall, so definitely a very solid run that they've had, and a very tough opponent for Welcome to TREV City next weekend. And then last but not least, it is Banana Bread versus Tofu Gang as our last 2 teams, seed 10 versus seed 9 respectively in that matchup. So again, a very close set of matches between all the remaining teams in the losers bracket. The lowest seeded team in the losers bracket now, Welcome to TREV City at seed 13. Unfortunately, the Trolley's Cinderella run ending early here. Seed 31 finally dropping out as one of the top 16 teams in the tournament, definitely overperforming their seeding by a wide margin. So a very solid performance from them, but had to come to an end at some point, and it did so here in losers bracket round 3. So congratulations to Welcome to TREV City on the win, and good luck to them against Pissing On next weekend. That is going to be it for us for the moment. We are going to end the stream here as we are awaiting a couple of extra replays for the Map Pool Showcase. We'll keep you all posted on when that happens, likely sometime later today, but not immediately. So in the meantime, we will go ahead and end it off here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Fiery for casting and Yaz for reffing. We'll see you all next weekend.
See you guys on.